Democratic frustration with Hasan Piker is boiling over. He's the guy they think they can win over young voters with, despite his freight train of baggage, including his controversial comments about Jewish people and America deserving 9/11. In particular, the far-left streamer has become a constant thorn in the side for Abdul El-Sayed and his supporters after he snagged the Michigan Senate nomination. Moderate Democrat Debbie Dingell has clearly had enough, mostly of the reporters asking her about Piker.
I am done, so don't any reporter ask me again about Hasan Piker. It's not what November is about. Republicans are trying to make it. They're trying to divide us. And we got to stop letting them try to divide us. I don't agree with Hasan Piker on a lot of stuff.
Abdul El-Sayed also says he's had enough by rejecting Piker on the campaign trail, sort of.
Hasan Piker is a streamer in California. You would think, if you turned on any media, that this whole campaign is about a streamer in California. That's not what this campaign has ever been about. This campaign has always been about the ability to afford your groceries in Michigan, the ability to send your kid to a good school in Michigan, the ability to see a doctor in Michigan.
But Hasan Piker says that he and El-Sayed are just punking the press.
There are going to be a lot of people who are already questioning Abdul El-Sayed's sincerity on these issues that will then turn around and say, oh, he's moderating his position on Israel, all this stuff. I don't think he is. Okay, I will say this. I am literally the person that is being dangled. And I'm going to tell you once again, he's not moderating on his perspective on Israel or anything like that.
Yeah, and who do you believe in that scenario, obviously? Tyrus, I have a friend in Florida. Yeah, retired CIA operative type of guy.
Awesome.
And he mentors young men.
Cool.
And the first thing he does is say, I want you to show me who your best 3 friends are and who you hang out with the most, and I'll tell you where you're going to be in 5 years.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Harold, Jesse, and...
You're going to be fine.
Okay, thank you.
But El-Sayed pretends that he wasn't hanging around with Piker the whole time in order to get this primary and only now wants to moderate.
No, look, and if it walks like a duck, it's an anti-Semitic duck. That's what it... It makes me laugh. When I was a kid coming up, I remember when David Duke ran for office, right? And anyone who voted for David Duke didn't be like, well, I disagree on a couple things with him, but his policy on economics, you were a white supremacist or a white supremacist sympathizer if you're with him. These guys are with him because he benefits them. So everything he stands for, you had no problem being in a party with him. You had no problem him going up and getting all that attention. This is who they are. They can't cover it up. I get why they're nervous, because they're afraid that the American people might not have the stomach for what they are. But everything that they've said they are, Piker's telling the truth. He's literally the side chick going, no, he was at my house last night. Nope, he was there. I have the photos. He's just telling his wife that, the American people, so she won't be so mad. But this is who they are. And when he gets in, they've done this over and over again. It's just, if the people of Michigan vote for him, they also have to own it. Mm-hmm. If you vote for him, you're anti-Semitic too. You are, because that's who you support. Just like if David Duke, you voted for David Duke, yep. you got to own everything about him. Just like with Trump, they love to tell everybody when you voted for Trump, everything that he is, you embody. This is who he is. Do the people of Michigan have the stomach for it? I don't think they do.
Troy, thinking back to your campaign days and also being on Capitol Hill, when you look at all of these Democrats now, like Debbie Dingell, who I can imagine that she's probably frustrated having to answer questions about Piker. But I also feel like all of this attention on Piker takes away from what El-Sayed himself has said. And don't take that from me. Piker just said it himself.
Yes. It kind of reminds me, we've now been playing clips of Barack Obama criticizing socialism. So the farther left you get, everyone else appears more moderate. We just referred to Debbie Dingell as a moderate. Mm-hmm. Says who? I mean, what about her? What about her voting record is moderate? People appear more moderate when compared to a guy who can't make up his mind whether rape was a good idea on October the 6th in Israel or not. Everybody is moderate compared to that. So Piker actually, in a weird way, may benefit some of the candidates. He's not on the ballot. He's not running because he's not electable. But people appear a little bit more moderate because they want to disagree with him.
Mm-hmm. Jessica, apparently There is some polling that shows El-Sayed not doing great, especially in rural parts of Michigan. And one of the reasons that the House Democrats are concerned is that if he does really badly, he could pull some of them out as well.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.